What's going on, world? It's your man Pat Caesar LLC, mobile mechanic and roadside services. I'm out here at Osceola Salvage Yard, and I just could not help but look at this monstrous beauty right here of an F-250. And y'all know I don't like Fords, but you also know that I'm not a big fan of these type of modifications, and I'm going to explain why I got a roast for this truck and this setup. Is coming up right after the intro.
Promise you you'll catch me. Promise you you'll catch me.
All right, so we got us a 90s baby Ford with what is this? What do we got here? Trying to see what is our tire size. Regroovable. Ooh, there he goes. A 395 85 20. And I mean, hey, this thing is insane. It is literally a monster truck, right? But what's going on, brother?
This thing is for sale, man?
I don't even know. I wouldn't buy it if I was you.
Nah, it's for a young man, man. That's for me. Your man gonna get up there.
No, that's okay. I need a ladder myself. So we're looking at this thing, and now I'm showing you guys that I'm under here right now. You can see I'm literally inside of this chassis, and well, this thing is rough. Yeah, man, they have right now. Just notice that the rear axle, I'm assuming it's running, but the four-wheel drive ain't working because the front differential drive shaft is not hooked up. And they did a bang up job on this weld. And they did their thing, don't get me wrong, but now this is the thing. Now, for one, it's impractical because you really kind of can't drive this thing. These tires, what people don't understand, man, these tires will probably run for like $800 a tire. They're not cheap. They usually go on tractors and such like that. The shocks are not even hooked up. Oh, okay, he just moved the leaf springs up. I mean, it's a full body lift, and as far as how they did it, I commend it. It's botched up though, botched up quite a bit. I don't know how you would really get in it. They added a F-250 style flare. Hey, you gonna ask them if it's for sale? They might sell it to you. Hey, take care, brother. All right, so try to cover that plate up there. I don't know whose on this is. I had a fin because I mean, at least they kind of did the welds good. I ain't mad at them, but it's just retarded. To be politically correct, this is downright stupid because it makes it an unfunctionable vehicle with big ass drums in the rear. Didn't even convert it to disc. Probably should get from under here. I'm a little nervous it may fall on me. This makes no sense. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it doesn't. Now, why this doesn't? I'm gonna tell you a couple things. Now, for one, this is probably, if this is actually a V8, I guess I can see that because I can get directly under it. Can't tell from under here, but probably can. 1 2 3 4, yeah, it's an 8, so it's either a 4.6 or a 5.4, and I'm gonna bet by a guess that this is a 5.4. I'm sorry, a 4.6, which is the smallest. It's my phone. Okay, I'll get to it in a minute. The smallest of motors. Got us some flex pipe, yeah, going on. Okay, Borg Warner transfer case. It's a pretty good transfer case. What training? Got any codes here? Nope. The training code, I think I'm missing it. I think it's up there, but it's covered in grease. I'm not gonna try to clean this out. But all right, so first, on practicality, it's a four-wheel drive, or was four-wheel drive, or maybe it wasn't and they tried to convert it to it, but it's not hooked up. Probably because they're either blowing U-joints, which it looks like that's what happened over there, or they couldn't turn the vehicle. Suspension has been heavily modified to a point of no return and also unusability, because you can see how they welded this up here. I mean, don't get me wrong, my welds are not pretty by any means necessary, but my welds hold, so I'm not gonna say it's not gonna hold. Front shocks are not hooked up properly. The brake lines are leaking. Man, it just don't make no sense. It sucks because the more I work on cars, the more I learn about cars, the more I realize that maybe I had the wrong idea growing up, because I used to think that being built and not bought was smart. But then one day I woke up and realized, all right, I realized that the resale value is this significantly lower, because the sum of the parts are worth nothing compared to what you would sell it for individually. And even if you were to sell it individually, you take the functionality out of the vehicle, because like, let's say you just sold the tires and wheels, and let's say that brought back more money than the whole thing is gonna bring back. But now you have this super jacked up truck that you gotta figure out how you're gonna have roll. But the main thing, is missing the flare from this side. The main thing that I'm gonna get at about this, the main problem is when you go to try to sell something like this, you'll never get your money back. You will never ever get your money back, okay? Try to keep that tag out of here. You never get your money back. This is a waste of money. It's a perfectly, well, I ain't gonna say a perfectly good machine, because y'all know I hate Fords anyway. And don't get me wrong, I like the way it looks. Now, to have something to go and play in the mud with or something like that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's fun. But the more I learn about finances, just like the more I learn about my car and entrepreneurship and automotive endeavors, the more I realize that most of the stuff that I see people do is so condescending to their own, maybe condescending is not the word, it's devastating to their own financial success and for their mental altitude. Because what happens is, like, for instance, I've put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in cars before and turn around and try to sell them, only to find out that nobody would buy the car for what I put into it. And I think most car people go through this, and it happens in a lot of things. It don't matter what you get. If you buy a new anything and turn around and try to sell it, usually it's not worth what you paid for it. But it's especially true whenever you're dealing with a vehicle, because vehicles, man, they depreciate so fast that that's why I'm not a big fan about buying newer vehicles. That's one of the reasons I just keep an old vehicle. So it's financial intelligence is one thing, financial literacy is another thing, but unfunctionality, I don't think that's a word, unfunctionality should be drug out into the street and shot. But hey, I like it. I would drive it. I wouldn't buy it. And I'm gonna say that about most of those things, because it's so stupid that it makes no sense to do it unless, I'm sure I'm gonna hear people, oh, well, we got money and you broke and blah blah blah. I hear this all the time. Yeah, great, okay, because I don't come out and flashing what I got or what I don't have and faking it until I make it, people automatically assume you ain't got nothing. I got this, if anything else. And Weibos to at least tell people the truth, because this goes back to my last video. People who follow the herd, they get slaughtered.